All right. Hi, everyone. Melinda Grimaldi here. Thank you for joining us on Damage Control. Damage Control was a creation of Anthony and I about 6 months ago. It came into an idea. We actually met because of Women's Council. So it's a great place to meet a lot of colleagues and friends, and I've made many friends through Women's Council. So I'm so excited to have Women's Council on the Damage Control episode today. I think it's going to be great. I have a special place in my heart for Women's Council, of course. I'm membership director for Broward County. So I thought it was only natural that we have these amazing ladies on with us today to talk about all the amazing tools, assets, and relationships and things that they can share with you as a board and as an organization. So let Anthony introduce himself, and then we'll get cracking.
What's going on, guys? Anthony Angelillo, branch manager with Paramount Residential Mortgage Group over here in Miami Shores. Also CEO and founder of Tag Team Nation, which is the platform that we're on right now, which is Zoom. So it links up to Zoom. But yes, we met several months ago, and it was at the Hats event in Broward. I remember like it was yesterday. And I approached Melinda, and I said to her, look.
You had Bob approach me, just remember that. Bob's the reason why we said that.
I didn't want to look like a stalker.
Thank you, Melinda.
I'll give you credit, Bob.
I had him hit you up in Facebook. I'm like, listen, I want a meeting with her because I want to make sure that, we can send some business her way. And not only that, that whole event was amazing. So kudos to Janie Rose and Kyshana and Sophia and everyone that helped, make that happen. And I believe that Women's Council, for me, I've met so many good relationships, and I hope everyone in this Zoom meeting right now understands that it's about networking and it's about relationships. It's about brainstorming, and that's the part of this show that we really want to share. It's Damage Control for a reason, to share all of the control and situations that we know we can try to, get the elephant through the mouse hole, is what we say in our world. And some of these loans are extremely challenging, but we want to share how we obviously made that happen. So big round of applause to Kyshana and Rebecca, and I'll pass the microphone to Kyshana.
Yeah, introduce yourselves.
Yay. Hi. First of all, thank you, Anthony and Melinda, for having us. It's such an honor and a privilege to be here with you. My name is Kyshana Guzman. I am the Women's Council Broward President for 2020. I am a local real estate professional. I am in full-time within my practice for going on 5 years now. I've been a member of the council for 3 years. I am a mommy to 13-year-old boy-girl twins, and I also love, my heart is for service, giving back to people, helping real estate professionals grow within our industry, and of course sharing the importance of the council. And I also serve on a couple of other boards to give back to women in need within our community. So thank you for being here.
Awesome.
For having me.
Awesome. And you have some of your board here with you too. So why don't you introduce them, since there's several of them on here?
Yeah.
Say hello. Who we got? Who do we have? What do we have?
Of our board members and also of our project team leaders. Yes. So we have Danielle.
Wave, Danielle.
Our board secretary. We have Sylvia, which is our treasurer.
Hey.
Natalie is a project team leader with social media. Keisha sits in the events project team. I also
Catalina just got on right now.
Oh yeah, I recognize our events director.
Say hi, Catalina.
But yeah,
I think that's all of them. Awesome. So that's a Broward board, guys. So now I want to introduce Rebecca with Miami. Go ahead, Rebecca.
Thank you so much, Melinda and Anthony. This is great, bringing two networks together, because at the end of the day, we are all one for the cause. So I'm Rebecca Carmona. I'm the 2020 president of the Miami-Dade network. I have been in real estate for 16 years. I've been a member of the network for 4 years, and I've actually served in several positions within the network. I started as a co-chair in events. Then it became the events director. Then I was the secretary. Then I was the president-elect. So I have actually had several different positions, and I've learned a lot of different aspects and all kinds of things that you can do within an organization. So I have two boys. I have a 7 and a 10-year-old. Actually, he just turned 10 a couple weeks ago. And I'm married to my partner, and we have the Carmona Group at Keller Williams. So we are successful agents. This is all we do. We do real estate. I love what I do. And why, I think, Melinda, one of the things is you wanted to know why we got part of Women's Council. When I started out, I just wanted to give back to organization and our industry. And I'm very passionate about women and children causes. And Women's Council helps build leaders. And so I just wanted, I was successful realtor. I just wanted to give back to an organization. And somebody said, hey, have you heard of Women's Council? And I was like, no, who's Women's Council? And then that's how I kind of got involved with the organization. So I'm happy to be the president. And I'm happy to have an amazing board and leadership team, which I do see several of them on here.
Yay.
You want me to introduce them?
Yes, please.
Yes.
I have our president-elect, Marlene Lamas. She's on here. I have our secretary, Leonore Garrido. She's on here as well. We have our treasurer, Ida Vega. She's on here. I know that we have, who else? We have Danny. Danny Galvin is our membership director. And out of these names, I don't see anybody else that's from Miami. I do see several Miami members. Hi, Sasha. Hi, Anna. Thank you for joining us. And of course, Sylvia, we share with Broward. So Sylvia, you know, Sylvia is our audit team.
That's right.
She's Broward's treasurer, but she's also Miami audit. So we kind of share Sylvia.
And she's
take care of all the money.
Partner as well.
Yes.
She's also our title partner for Miami and a partner for Broward. So we love Max Home Inspections. We love Sylvia. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
And a Florida State partner too.
Yes.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Max Home Inspections is just everywhere, guys. That's just how it is.
I try to keep up.
That's what we do.
So I, like I said, I have a special place in my heart. And for me, anything women, and then now with real estate being such a big part of my practice, it was a natural fit for me. So I love it. It takes a lot of work. So thanks to all the board members, because it's not like a one woman show, right? It's all of us. You know, we all know how much work goes into putting on these events and doing these things. So let's actually, does anyone have like the mission statement? Can we read the mission statement? I know maybe it's a little cheesy, but let's read it.
You want to read it at the same time, Kyshana?
Yes, let's do it.
Let's do it.
We're a network
of successful realtors advancing women as business leaders in the industry and the communities we serve.
Awesome. Okay, so I'm going to ask you guys a couple questions. I want to get both of your input. And then, of course, we have the chat open for questions, guys, if you want to ask the ladies any questions. So there's definitely a lot of benefits to membership. Let's just get right off the bat. What is the benefit? What are the benefits, if you could share? We have a lot of non-members here that we would love to have join our organization. So why don't you tell them a little bit about what the benefits are, how it could help them personally and professionally?
I always like to start off with the big one, because a lot of the times people say, yes, I see the mission statement. I see that you guys give back to your community. I see that you have leadership positions. How can it grow my business? And we all know that at the end of the day, real estate is a relationship-based business, right? It's all about relationships. It's all about making connections. And we also know that there's a lot of times that you're posting on Facebook and social media where people will reach out to you for a real estate question, and they're in a totally different state. The huge value of Women's Council is not only being able to grow relationships within different leadership positions within the organization and being able to give back, but also just having a network of realtor partners around the country that you can exchange referrals, so that will either provide referrals for you or be able to accept referrals and be a business partner for you in another part of the country. So that is a huge benefit within the council.
So I think that's the number one benefit. And actually, and I'll just add to that, Kyshana, I actually even get referrals from my own members in my own network, and even within Broward to Miami. So it's not even across country, but it could be even within your own group. The value of having that net worth is what I call it, net worth, right. And building those relationships for referrals I've gotten referrals. I know Kyshana's gotten referrals. And I mean, what I say is one referral pays for a lifetime of dues. So for me, that's a no-brainer.
And I want to mention too, because I know that there's some familiar faces here that generally tend to attend some of the Florida Realtors conventions or, you know, the national conventions. The beautiful thing about being part of this network that I have found, I attended prior and then after getting involved with Women's Council, is just that you see the network of people that are maybe doing the same position that you are in a different area, and you build that relationship with them over the years. So for example, myself, you know, Rebecca has brought huge value to me in sharing some ideas that she's doing in Miami. I've done the same with her. And then you're able to reach out to other individuals within different parts of the country that are doing the same thing and just build that network.
Yeah, absolutely.
But of course, what you put in is always what you get out of it, right? You can't just expect to join and like, you have to build and reach out and talk to people and find them and introduce yourself, right? So what are some of the strategies you guys have used in other than going to some of the national and state events in terms of building those relationships?
Yeah, well, you want me to answer that, Kyshana?
Yeah, go, Rebecca. Yeah. I'll make sure to add a name at the end of my question next time.
Yeah, because I was like, who do you want to answer? Who do you want to answer?
You guys are so polite.
Are we in a debater?
I can tell you that a lot of people are like, oh, Rebecca, you're so outgoing. You'll talk to anybody. I mean, sometimes there's people that are introverts or people that don't like to talk to people. I think women's councils are a great place to get you outside that comfort zone when you may not want to talk to people, because yes, everybody tells me that now, but people didn't know me 5 years ago. I am outgoing in my own situation, but if I'm in the middle of a room with a bunch of strangers, I wasn't too keen on talking to them. But I do feel that over the years of me going to these events, getting to know people, getting outside my comfort zone, talking to people, and building that network with the relationships I've built, not only here in our county, but across the nation, that has helped me build my confidence I have today. But I was never a public, you know, speaking, standing on stage, talking. I mean, yes, I'm personable now and people are like, oh, you're so outgoing, but that wasn't me 5 years ago. And I do contribute a lot of that to being within the Women's Council and having other leaders that I've looked up to over the years that have pushed me forward. So that's what I think, that if you want to put something into it, you just have to take the risk, roll the dice, and get outside your comfort zone.
I want to add to that too. I think when coming from corporate into real estate was like a huge hardcore reality shift, and realizing how independent, you know, and I guess what I'm trying to say is like how individually built your business has to be as you're growing your practice within real estate. And one thing that Women's Council has just exposed me to is the ability to, the many people are not within a brokerage where they feel that sense of unity or that sense of connection or that sense of like, hey, I can reach out to anybody at any time. And I think just to compliment what Rebecca was saying, you know, it's important that you know that within Women's Council, you have that sense of like unity, you have something that unites you together, and you can reach people within other areas and that have thriving businesses that are, you know, leaders within their community. We just did a segment with one of our Women's Council members in Broward that's also, you know, the vice mayor of Coral Springs. They have different positions within different cities throughout the country, and they're open and willing to share the practices that they have that are, you know, that are helping their business grow and thrive. And that's something that's been really beautiful to experience within the council for me personally.
Absolutely.
Love it. So what other benefits are there? There's definitely referral business, right? Relationships. I made some great friends through Women's Council. Many of them are on this call. But what else is there? Like, what other tools and things? Talk to me, Rebecca.
I think that there's a lot of great benefits. But another benefit that's underlooked that a lot of people don't consider is the visibility to your consumers. Now you're not just a realtor. Now you're a realtor that's part of a professional organization that's enriching which is enriching your skill set, that you now can stay visible to your consumers. You're now able to put that logo of Women's Council in your signature line. And when you're sending emails or you're doing posts, you're now part of a professional organization that's rich in history. We've been around since 1938. So it's not like this is an organization that just came out of the woodworks a couple decades ago. No, this is almost 100-year-old organization that is a direct affiliate with the National Association of Realtors. So the visibility to your consumers, it now sets you apart. You can also put that in your listing presentation. I'm part of an organization. I continue my education to be the best realtor for you, Mr. Seller. Don't you agree? You know, those type of things, like just the visibility, you know, like, there's, you know, of course I can ramble on about all the other benefits because there's a lot. I mean, we have our own designation that is approved from the National Association of Realtors, which is a leadership designation that also makes you stand apart. That's actually how you get the most amount of referrals, is if it's been proven that referral business within Women's Council is done mostly with the PMN designations. So you have to be a member of Women's Council to get that designation, which is going to also increase your business and the amount of money you get. So those are just a couple. Kyshana, you want to share some more? Because there's a lot of great benefits. I just don't want to be the only one rambling on all the benefits.
So I have experienced, and I know that a few members have also experienced this, where when they joined the council, they were tapped on the shoulder to volunteer for a certain position within the council. And they have actually come back and said how that position has allowed them to build local relationships with other realtors that maybe they knew about, but they didn't know personally, or they got to know. And those lifelong relationships that you mentioned, Melinda, are something that's valuable and it's priceless.
Absolutely.
I couldn't agree more.
And also by joining the council, you're building a skill set that you can apply to your business. So I would have never thought in a million years that I could have done a complex budget. I mean, the budget that we have to do for a Women's Council and to adhere to that budget, and then run a meeting with Robert Rules. I didn't even know what Robert Rules was before getting involved with the council. I mean, these are things that it's going to help you grow personally, that then you can go back and take and apply it to your business and grow yourself and grow your business. And that's what Women's Council is about. That's why our hashtag is Leaders Made Here. We're creating professional realtors that are eventually going to establish themselves and grow personally. So I really love all the benefits, and I'm a lifer. I'm not going nowhere. I'm a life. Like I said, I've gotten more than one referral, so it's paid for my dues for life.
Absolutely. I love that. You know, when I was in Orlando earlier this year for my first convention and all, they had someone had said the reason it was created was because female realtors were not allowed to be part of the national, local boards.
Club.
It was a boys club.
It was a boys club.
I was like, huh. Well, I mean, I guess it kind of makes sense why, but it also, you know, you forget about those things nowadays for us in our generation, at least, that doesn't really come into play in that way. Like, you know, but I thought that was pretty cool. And a good point to make. So now we are an organization that does a lot of events. So what you guys been cooking for your members? Now, we've all had to pivot in different ways. So how have you guys pivoted your organizations? You could start, Kyshana.
Great question. So we had planned out the entire year of events, and we were super excited about them. And unfortunately, we had to, we met the pandemic. So having to pivot was something that was unexpected, yet it was a beautiful surprise. We have currently we launched a book club through it. So we are in week 2 of this book that we are kind of combing through together and learning and growing and being able to apply to our business. It's called the Boss Life Blueprint. And so we started that. That's a weekly thing that we're doing on Thursdays at 2 p.m. We also started a strategic partner highlight, where we are highlighting strategic partners every single week with our segment called hashtag WCW. Women's Council Wednesdays. And it's super fun because you get the opportunity to not only learn from other members that are thriving within our communities and what it is that they're doing to pivot and shift and basically lean in and get ideas from them, but you also get to learn from strategic partners and how they've been able to pivot their business and how they can partner with you as a realtor to grow your business during this time, which we know we don't really see an end to tomorrow. Another thing that we've been able to do is just really reach out to other states that have a high relocation period to here. So we're actually going to be doing a virtual happy hour, which you'll be hearing more about with another network to be able to connect with them and grow referral opportunities with them. So these are things that in place of that event, which Anthony mentioned at the top of the segment, the Hats, High Tea and Hustle event, which is a panel event. That's something that will be moving to the latter part of the year, but it's definitely something that we've had to do in place of. And it's been beautiful because of the exposure throughout the state and throughout the country that we've been able to not only provide for our members, but for our partners as well.
Love it. What about you guys?
So I'm glad we're having this conversation now because I just got off the phone with our events director like an hour ago and we were planning, moving, shaking, you know, so I'm glad we're having this conversation because if it was in the morning, I might not be able to tell you the future, but what I can tell you is what we have done and what we're kind of pivoting now towards to change up. But just like Kyshana said, we had our whole year planned out, and then all of a sudden now we have to figure this out, right? We have to do virtual events. We have to create value, not only for our members, but for our strategic partner. So we're doing very similar stuff, a little different, but very similar. Every Wednesday is Women's Council Wednesday as well. We're shouting out our members and highlighting them and their why they've joined the council. So we're giving them some exposure via social media. We're also doing one-on-one interviews with our strategic partners live on Facebook to give them. They're also tagging us. We're reposting their stuff. We got up our member-only Facebook group, so we're keeping that in detailed with all the state, national, and local events. We did a huge successful virtual event called Planting the Seed today to reap the benefits for tomorrow. We had over 130 people attending, 1,500 views online. We did obtain one member from that virtual event, which was great in these type of times, right?
Yeah.
So I thought that was really cool. We're also looking into, I just got yesterday talking to, we're planning it. It's not concrete yet, but I'm hoping to have we're going to be doing a panel type event where we're going to be interviewing various presidents throughout the whole entire United States and various hotspots. So we're talking Rhode Island, New York, Chicago, California, Washington, and we're gonna actually do like a president's panel and talking about their market, and Atlanta, because Atlanta is a couple weeks ahead of us. So this is going to be great value for our members, for realtors, to know like what's going on in their marketplace, and then we can talk about our marketplace so everybody collectively throughout the United States can know what's going on in the real estate market across the board and be more educated. And then our first live event we are shooting for August 5th. This is going to be all new to my board of directors, so I will announce it here. And oh, look, we have our state secretary who's joined us. Hello, Denora.
Hey. And Sophia just joined us too.
Sophia? Yeah.
Yeah, she was here a second ago.
Sophia,
there she is.
Broward's president-elect. Yay,
yes.
Some more women's council people. So we're going to actually change our August 5th event, and we were supposed to do an event called Wonder Woman in Leadership. It was going to be tied in with the Wonder Woman movie, but the Wonder Woman movie, just like life, has all been pushed back, right? So unfortunately, we're not going to be able to do that event. That's just an event that we just can't do. So we're still going to tie it in and do a leadership event. And we're going to do that on August 5th. So we're going to bring in some amazing leaders. That's going to be our election event. It's going to be, and Denora can relate because me and Denora actually spoke about this title, where it's going to be called Taste of Leadership. So it's just got off the phone with my events director, so she agreed with me, and we're gonna move forward, and we're gonna go Taste of Leadership. So we're gonna bring in some amazing leaders. We're gonna probably do it at like a winery or a brewery or something like that, and bring in these people to talk about the journey and leadership and become leaders, because it's our elections event. So that's gonna be like our first educational live event, and it's gonna be August 5th. And then on September 18th, we're doing our annual casino night, which is a fun event, and everybody loves it. And then on November 20th, we have our installation gala of our incoming president-elect, Marlene, which is on this phone. I'm so excited for her. So we have those great events coming on, and we are going to put on one more virtual event. We're still working on it, so I don't want to release much information on it, because it's still a work in progress, but it'll probably be sometime in June, and it'll be a virtual event for our members to attend, and then we'll get back to our live events. Hopefully, if nothing changes, we'll get back to live events. But again, I say hope because we have to look forward to something. So we have to be hopeful. So let's just be hopeful, and hopefully we'll get back. So yeah.
I love it. That's lots of good stuff cooking, right? I love that. I love that. So Anthony, you've been so quiet. What's cooking?
I'm just observing today, man. I'm taking a little sideline here. Let's go into some damage control. I'm going to play devil's advocate here. So I'm a new real estate agent. I'm brand spanking new in the business. 3-4 months in the business. Why am I going to join Women's Council? We talked about all the incentives, but if I'm going to think about, all right, am I going to make money? How am I going to make money? It's going to open up doors. What are some of the things that are, I guess, a positive mind is what we need, because Kyshana, Rebecca, you guys are amazing with that. But if someone's negatively thinking and saying to themselves, it's not going to benefit me, I don't need that, I'm good enough, I can do it on myself, why should we, educate a lot of the women and men to join Women's Council? How will it benefit them?
That is such a great question. And I'm not going to put someone on the spot, but there is actually someone on this very call that had that same situation. Her name is Keisha. And I will tell you.
You're not going to put her on the spot. Well, there you go.
Leaders made here. But I will tell you, I won't call on her to share unless she wants to. But it's because it's always great to hear, right? First time for a testimony. But I will tell you that it all goes back to the same things that we were talking about at the top of this call. I think coming out the gate 3 months in, especially if you're not within a brokerage that is, supportive or anything like that, even if you are, sometimes you don't know what you don't know, right? And so being able to share and have the relationship with others sometimes is so important, key, and valuable, because those first 6 months, it's like you are basically trying to build your business with your SOI, right? With your sphere of influence, and not knowing what you don't know. So, whether you may not have someone that you can lean into, all of those are things that are huge benefits within the council. And then, as we mentioned earlier as well, the leadership opportunities, being able to grab on to something big or small, because there's smaller leadership opportunities in the sense that you don't have to dedicate as much time. We all know that there's over 50,000 realtors in South Florida. So there's realtors that come into the game and they are strictly part-time. So being able to grab onto opportunities where you have smaller responsibilities that still play a part within the big picture is huge, because I think that brings such value to not only the team, but also unity, because we know within this industry, that could be sometimes rare to find. So being able to have that unity and that relationship, I think is a great value.
Yeah.
And if you think about it, it's probably $2 Starbucks a month, the cost of the membership. So it's something that, sacrificially, it's not that undoable. And the value that you get, as Rebecca mentioned, with the referrals that we've received, it pays for the lifelong time of your membership.
Yeah. I mean, Kyshana, you said it best. I mean, I don't know much more that I can add to that, because that's pretty much, you hit it on the head. But I will tell you this, if I have a new agent, first of all, we have an interview process where we'll interview our members. You know, why did you become a member? How long have you been a member? Do you residential, commercial? And if we find out that they're a new member, we want to pair them with a mentor. Because I think that the biggest value, okay, yes, you get a referral, you have an opportunity for leadership, but what about mentorship? Where do you find an inspector? You call Maximum Inspections. Where do you find a lender? You call PR, you know, where do you find these things? You
We lost her. I'll tell you where we find it. You find it at Women's Council,
where
right?
I don't have any of the stuff.
We lost you for a second.
So
we lost you, but I filled in the blanks. But good, yes.
Oh,
continue.
good, because I thought I was talking. Anyway, yeah, I was just going and going. A mentor. This is the benefit. A mentor. That was my point.
I love it.
Let me elaborate on that question real quick, and I just want everyone to really pay attention. Keisha, awesome agent and brand spanking new. And yes, if she has not joined Women's Council, does she know Kyshana? Does she know myself? We've done business in the past. I feel like it opens up doors, but it also allows you to collaborate. So I have 17 years in the business. That doesn't make me God's gift. That means I can only get better, and we can master our craft as we, grow and progress. And Kyshana had, something to basically tell us, and it was a sheet that we sent out, and the sheet was not the best, and we had to update that sheet in a timely manner. Anyone that knows me knows that I love automation, so we hired someone else to update that sheet. So a little critique in there and intricacies in our business, and really defining who you are makes you grow. So for me to get better, you have to open doors, and Women's Council allowed me to network into a broader perspective for Broward County, Palm Beach, because I see that Kim, my girl, Kim over here is chiming in, and obviously Miami-Dade. So I think it is a benefit, even if I'm brand spanking new, and your cost analysis will triple because one deal is going to pay for the whole year and then some. So,
and I read a stat that the average Women's Council member earns much more than the average regular realtor. So
yes,
what does that say, right?
The average, yes. 117,000 a year to be exact.
I like it.
I want to just turn it over to Keisha, because I think it's so much better when you hear it from someone that's actually going through this. And Keisha, if you don't mind just introducing yourself and what you do full time and the benefit that Women's Council has brought into your life.
Sure. Hi, everyone. How are you? My name is Keisha. Hi. So I met Kyshana through my aunt, and she has been amazing. When we did speak, she introduced me to Women's Council. It has helped me to do something I'm doing right now, and is speaking out to everyone. Which is yay. Also, I am actually new in this business. I've been in the business now for about 8 months. I've done, I think around 2 deals and maybe like 10 rentals. I have grown because of Women's Council. I'm still growing. I am now a part of the event project team lead. And it's been amazing. I've met, Catalina and Melinda, Anthony, Danielle, so many amazing people. So I can attest that it truly, truly helps. And if you're not a part of it, you need to join.
Yay, I love it.
Awesome.
Thank you.
Thank you, Keisha.
So here's where we're going to close the deal. After this call, you guys are all going to get information. If you're not a member, there's going to be a link on what to do if you want to join Miami. If you're in Miami, if you're in Broward, you're going to get the information on how to join Broward. And then this way you guys can take advantage. You could raise your average commissions. You could raise all that good stuff that we talked about. You guys can get it. If you're watching on Facebook, we'll put it there too, so you can get it. Because this one we want to share with everybody, right? It's not going to be a secret as to the extra benefits. So I'm so excited to share that with you. Like I said, special place in my heart, and I'm the membership director. So shameless plug to keep sharing that there. And since we have a lot of Miami and Broward, I'm so happy to have both both Miami and Broward here with us and to help us
Melinda,
spread the good news.
I want to add one thing to that. Usually, and especially because we are so present in so many of the different association events, we always ask the question, what city do you serve, or what county do you serve? Because there's people that live in Miami-Dade, but they mostly do business in Broward. And so we encourage you to, join the Broward network, and then vice versa. There's people that live in Broward, but they serve Miami. So then we encourage you to join the Miami-Dade network, because we want to make sure that you're growing and building relationships in the area that you serve in your business.
Absolutely.
Very good point. Very good point. Okay. Any final words of wisdom or
any questions from the audience?
Questions?
Do we have? Oh, I'm in Palm Beach. We can connect you with the Palm Beach person?
Yes, for sure.
That's another person. That's Carlos. Carlos.
Yes.
And you see, that was another thing Anthony mentioned. Actually, fun fact, 10% of our members are males. So we have a president that's a male, and he's in Palm Beach, Carlos.
Yes.
And last year, state president was a male, right?
And Andrew Bell, our state president, was a male. And actually, the CEO of Women's Council is a male.
Yes.
So
interesting.
Listen, we need our males just like they need us women. So, we support each other. We're in this to win it, but we all serve the one goal, which is to advance women as business leaders.
Love it. Love it. Love it.
Yeah.
We won't shun you out of leadership though.
Yeah. No. You can go up. I mean, but we need to advance women, because that's what we're here for.
There's
Absolutely.
on Facebook, anyone from Collier County in Naples area.
There is a chapter there too.
We can connect you with the network over there. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Naples is Pamela, so we can connect you with the Naples president.
Nice area too. Good home.
Yeah.
Man.
Yes, it is.
For your year membership and then some.
Yes.
Awesome. I love it. I love all the inquiries. That means we gave some good information. So everyone, please stay tuned to the follow-up email that's going to be coming up after this. And we'll be so happy to have you join our families, because it is a family. I think everyone really gets to know each other. And now that we're not doing live events, I don't know how you guys feel, but I feel like we're even more connected now because we're doing more stuff, although I miss the
hugs.
I miss the hugs. I miss the kisses on the cheek, and I miss, all that stuff. But especially I'm like a social fiend, right? I need to be out and about. But
I do have our events director now that has joined, Karen Gomez. I just saw her, because we didn't get to shout her out. She just came in. So we have our full board here. Awesome. I did want to mention, if if you do service Miami and you are interested in Miami, please consider following us on Instagram at WCR Miami. And if you are Facebook, it's Women's Council Miami-Dade. So follow us on Facebook and Instagram. We're very active on both of those platforms. And Kyshana, if you want to give your platforms so they can follow you for Broward.
Yes. Broward, the page is Women's Council Broward. You can just type it in the search bar on Facebook and it'll pop up. There's also a group, but that's only when you become a member that it'll be accepted for that. And then you can follow us on Instagram at Women's Council Broward.
Yeah.
Love it. Love it.
We have a group that's from our members, and there's a lot of benefits there, a lot of internet, because you can share your listings, you can, grow your, your net worth. So it's all about relationships.
Definitely. That's what it's all about.
I just put it in the links in the Zoom meeting, so we can share that. So there'll be a follow-up via email and a text message with any content, and I believe there's some good content that we're sending out, and that's going to be within 24 hours. If you have not subscribed to Damage Control, please do so. On Facebook, you can go and obviously go to our link and sign up. So.
Love it. So on behalf of myself, the Grimaldi Law Firm team, the tag team, and Anthony, thank you all for joining us today. We loved having you all. So many beautiful faces, so many positive vibes. I needed this. Today was a crazy morning. But thank you all. It's been so much fun. And I look forward to seeing you guys on the Women's Council events in person, online, and Zoom. Right, guys?
Yeah.
Zoom-tastic.
Thank you for joining us.
Bye, guys. Thanks
Bye,
for
guys.
coming.
Thank you, Melinda. Thank you,
Thank
Anthony.
you.
Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you, Rebecca.
Bye.
Bye.